Hello, this is Philip Tirone with 720 System Strategies. Here with Shawn Devries, and we're talking about how by attending NACBA, you can grow your reputation, grow your referral base, grow your business. Shawn, how long have you been going to NACBA?
So thank you for having me, Phil, first
Yeah, of
off. And
course.
I've been going to NACBA for the last year, so this is only my second convention that I'm headed to.
Okay, so your first one was
Colorado Springs.
I thought you were the one before that. That's even better. Okay,
No,
so
I'm still fresh.
so you went to Colorado. Oh, then you went to South Carolina with the small workshop, right?
Yeah, we went to Hilton Head.
NACBA holds a big conference every April and then a workshop for members only in the fall. This fall coming up, it's in Dallas and it's much more intimate, but it's a great event where you can connect and get to know people. So Shawn attended Colorado, then you attended Hilton Head, South Carolina. What has you coming back, Shawn? Like, why spend the money? Why spend the time going to these NACBA events?
For me, it's a no-brainer. Now, there's kind of two ways that I'm going to look at this. One is professionalism and
Mhm.
getting those CLE credits. Obviously, we all have CLE credits. I've got more CLE credits for than I need.
Mhm.
But the one thing that stuck out to me while I was sitting through the student loan seminar last year, and Philip, you've been on student loans a lot longer than most people have been on student loans, so I knew most of it coming in. But the one thing I realized, or what one of the presenters said, is in this time at student loans, and now given the political climate might be a little different today, but at that point in time, you were potentially committing malpractice if you weren't at least evaluating student loans.
Yeah, yeah,
And to me, that's a practice saver, right?
yeah,
Two
yeah.
two reasons. One,
Clearly.
can I make money off student loans?
Yeah,
Great. We all want to. We're all here because we need to feed our family, feed our
yeah,
kids.
right.
Uh, Number two, obviously, we wanted to do this for a while. We want to stay up on top of the knowledge, and that was one thing that said to me, okay, maybe I really need to take a look at putting student loans into my practice because I hadn't as of yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just that knowledge you get from being there, listening to what's happening. I mean, like what you said, student loans have changed a little bit politically, but over the past 2.5 years, it went from a breakout room to in Colorado, it was the big topic of conversation. And it was amazing how that shifted. Once again, being on the cutting edge of what's happening with the law, how you can change things, and how you can monetize it with your practice, and but most importantly, help your clients.
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, I think any consumer bankruptcy, we're not here for the money. We all know this, ladies and gentlemen. We're consumer bankruptcy. We're not the rich attorneys in town, right?
Yeah.
But how can we step up our game so that way we can make our practice more bountiful or more plentiful? And that's really what I got out of NACBA because not only did I get the practice point of there, but you get to network with so many other attorneys
Yeah.
that you'll be able to create referrals. Uh, the lady like lawyers there, and she'll be going live, and that's always a good referral
Yeah.
source through 720. It's and you really get to talk to other attorneys to see what are they doing that can help you grow and help you. And I think we can all agree that, and maybe some of you are in, bankruptcy is really competitive here in the Florida landscape,
Oh yeah.
but we're not competitive. We're not competition against each other because there's so many people here that probably need to file bankruptcy. In the end of the day, we're just trying to educate.
Yeah.
And we often look at that when we're trading cases back and forth or referring other bankruptcy attorneys here. But a lot of those relationships started at NACBA, and I can tell you that I walked away um, not only wanting to go back and to be frank, the only reason I started going, Philip, is I came to this session probably 2 or 3 years ago and heard about how great it was and
Okay.
what I missed out on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. Our post
but
NACBA strategy call. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ron Deckard, I want to say his last name was
Yeah.
another bankruptcy attorney did another
Okay.
post
Yeah.
NACBA event, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I actually do need to go and check this out.
To the point of what NACBA does, it's a small investment for for being resourceful. Do you go to the listserv? Do you go and ask questions or anything like that? How often does that happen? What's that listserv like where you can go and just get feedback in real time? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking about the expense part of going to NACBA, and
Yeah, right.
anybody that's on this call or listening to this probably, you know, I don't think they're saying they can't afford to go to NACBA, right? They just feel like there's something more important that they should do
That's it.
instead of
No,
going
for
to
sure.
NACBA.
I mean, it's not that they can't afford it, but where do I want to put my money? Right?
Right. Well, you're going to want to put your money where you can make more money, right?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
and
yeah,
at the end of the day, and let's take money out of it. We've talked financial, but really the one thing in this world that we give is our time, right? And
yeah.
that's where you have to find
You're right.
benefit
Yeah,
is the time that you're spending there going to create a return. And whether that's a return financially or return mentally, right? You feel good about going. One of the reasons that I like to just get away from the office for a few days is one, am I not brainstorming, with other people there, but I think my team actually hates when I come back because I've got all these ideas of stuff we're going to do and
yeah,
things we're going to implement that they're like, gosh, are you really going again? Because we can't handle this change. But
yeah.
our practice has changed for the better. We've grown, and that's really where anybody that goes to NACBA is probably going to walk out feeling the same way.
It's a function of where do I want to spend my time and where do I want to spend my money, right? And I want to go down a little deeper in that because I'm glad you brought that up. We've heard about it from the litany of coaches out there. It says, are you going to work in your business or on your business, right? And I know myself, working on the business is so important, but it's hard to do it when I'm here, right? The nice thing about NACBA, you go out and you can work on the business with other bankruptcy because you may have questions. Goodell's law says you can't understand the system you're in. We're all in our own silos in the office, and getting out of it and around other people is invaluable. Matter of fact, myself and our team, Mark and our various partners, we're flying out a day early and doing a whole day brainstorming session to work on the business because during NACBA, we're in the business, right? And I mean, I just throw that out there. I mean, like, talk about that, Shawn. When you go out there and you're working on the business instead of in the business, that's where you come back with all these litany of things that you're going to rework.
If you're going to stay in your hotel room and not get out and really experience NACBA, you're not going to get much out of it and you're probably not going to go back. But really getting out and talking to other people is really going to make the change for you or make the difference. And that's what it did for me. I can tell you, I was talking to another bankruptcy attorney about my retainers. And right out the door, leaving NACBA, I started getting an extra $350 in my retainers just by the language that I was putting in there with regards to refundable versus non-refundable and
Yeah,
that sort of thing, what we can
absolutely.
charge.
These are
And so
these
right there, I made money, right?
the
Right.
little
One.
nuances. The little nuances, and that's the beauty. And last year, NACBA gave 720 clients who called in and signed up $100 off. I didn't really think about asking them ahead of time, but I'm sure they'd probably do that. I don't know. They want new members, and this is why we're doing it. We want to support our community and get the word out about LA end of April. It's always the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the end of April. It's April 24th. 25th, 26th, and 27th. And you fly in on that Thursday, and then you're just enjoying networking, getting to know, building your reputation, and learning how to generate more clients from the vendors, from the other attorneys, et cetera, et cetera.
I feel like we've sold NACBA really
Yeah.
well, but
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't pulled at heartstrings, right?
Okay. Tell
We're
me.
we're going to LA. They need our help, right?
Yeah.
They're just getting over the wildfires.
They do.
The people that are going to be taking care of us, the people in there are the people that were most
Yeah.
affected.
They're right there.
We're not, I'd love to see, Cindy Crawford and a few movie stars. They probably don't need the help as much as the people that are
The
providing our
people
meal.
work in the hotels, the people who are working the restaurants, they do. 16,000 homes burned. Thank you, Sean.
So if you
Appreciate
need
your
another
insight.
reason to go, do it for that.